Hey guys, welcome back to your favorite podcast, Candid Cloud Convos.
Do I even have to tell you who we are? Obviously, it's your regular hosts, Gina and Emelita. Back in this
beach. We're back again. Have you missed us? Did you miss us?
We missed you guys.
We did. We missed
each other.
I miss you so much. Don't even bring it up.
It's just crying.
A whole crying session.
Yeah.
No one wants to hear that.
So instead of us crying, we'll just get into our chisme chatter.
Yeah, we'll just chisme it up real quick. The first thing on the agenda is probably the coolest thing I've fucking seen in a while. It's the floating continent, which is the eighth continent. The eighth continent, and it is designed to allow operators to live, work, eat, sleep, and study inside there full time. They also, basically, it's a living organism that is fully self-sustainable and will help clean the ocean. So it will somehow suck up all the plastic, garbage, recyclables, whatever the hell in the ocean, sort it, see what is recyclable and what is not, and then somehow do something with it to better the earth. So I think that's great.
So like there's people on it. Are they the ones like sorting, or is it like machinery that's like sorting all the stuff? Like they kind of just help like make sure it's running right, but the machine will do it for it itself?
Yeah, it's actually, there's 3 long legs on it. Or it says, or maybe they should be called tentacles because it looks like that. Or fins. It collects plastic waste as well as tidal energy to convert into electricity.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. So sitting on top of it are 3 research and education centers underneath, 3 tall spiraling greenhouses containing hydroponic gardens and a water desalination plant. So good things coming. Yay. Yay, God.
We were saying like how there's that trash island or something, or just that big area in the ocean where there's just filled with trash.
900,000 square miles.
That's where they go.
I think that's where they're probably going to go. But maybe they have to start on a smaller scale.
Like work its way there.
Yeah.
Well, see if we can even make it, probably. The ocean's so like unpredictable.
Right. I don't know, but it's pretty dope. If you haven't seen what it looks like, I showed her earlier and she was like, whoa, it's so cool. It looks like a lotus flower.
It really does.
So take a look at that, guys.
It really does look like lotus.
Also, this week I seen on the Shade Room that Travis Scott
whole country came out.
Bro, my fucking wine, dude. I'm drunk. No, I'm just kidding. Travis Scott.
Oh my God, scat. You remember what scat was? Oh my God.
My mom texted me and was like, I'm throwing up about scat. Hella random, bro. I was like, what? So she sent me a message because you know how we said a little disclaimer like, Mom, if
for her. Yeah.
Like, by the way, I'm listening. I was like, proceed with caution, bro. We warned you. But yeah. Travis Scott reportedly offered to perform at Coachella for free after he was dropped from the performance and was denied. They said, hell no, we don't want that here.
I mean, that's kind of like even sad, the fact that he's like, you're dropping me, but I'll just play for free if you'll still let me play.
I just want to be there.
Yeah. And it's like, well, we dropped you because we don't want you there.
Yeah.
I think it's going to take a while for any like festivals or shit like that to bring him back because they don't want that bad rep on there, like connected to them, you know, especially to be the first event to take him back after that, after everything.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't think anyone wants to do that.
Like Meg the Stallion, she actually canceled her show there in Houston shortly after because of like all the victims. She just felt like it wasn't appropriate, so she canceled her entire show. And then I seen one of Travis Scott's, I guess he's a producer as well, so one of his artists basically tagged him on Instagram stories and was like, you need to let me out of my contract or I'm gonna expose some shit and blah blah blah. So she and she's prepared to use it.
Damn.
So, not looking great for Mr. Scott.
Not looking good. In other news,
it's so sad.
Our fellow Latinos out there, You probably already heard that Vicente Fernandez, also known as El Rey, also known as Chente, passed away at 81. I think it was on Sunday.
Yeah.
But he had been sick. I think he fell at some point. He had been sick for a few months, but he had fell, and that's what kind of like exposed that there was other things going on, like underlying issues.
Right.
And so he had been sick, and then he passed away. And then in the same week, we also lost Carmelita Salinas. You know her from all the novelas. Yeah. So she's she was 82, I think, and I think she was also sick, but like.
She had a stroke like a month ago, I think.
Yeah, like someone found her in the shower unconscious, and it just, didn't progress or get better from there.
Right.
So we lost two very important, legendary people, but their legend is gonna live on forever. Like they're never gonna be forgotten. So just honor them and their name.
Absolutely. Should we do a little moment of silence?
Yeah.
God bless them and their families. I hope that they find some healing and can move forward, It's hard, especially around the holidays.
Yeah. And I mean, two huge people in 1 week, like that's insane.
Right.
I mean, I don't know, it's crazy.
They up there living it up, bro.
Yeah.
They're living it up, having a whole lot of party,
Oh, yeah.
And then something that happened today, we're actually recording on Wednesday, the 15th. The I Am Vanessa Guillen Act has been passed, and it is on its way to President Biden. I don't know if he has to sign off on it or if it's just like, I don't know the process of that, but it's already been passed. So yeah, that's so exciting. This act will allow victims of sexual assault and sexual harassment in the military to allow them to report incidents outside of their chain of command, because obviously it hasn't done fucking much for them.
They keep their shit private within itself.
Yeah, or they're just like,
like, oh yeah, we'll handle it within ourselves, and then nothing gets done.
No,
because they're all looking.
They probably don't even get talked to.
No.
And then the bill also requires notifications for survivors of their perpetrators' outcomes. So they actually will get a follow-up on what is being done to make sure it doesn't happen in the future, or consequences, whatever that looks like. And then also requires the Department of Defense to track allegations of retaliation when the victim has reported something, which I think is amazing.
Yes. Yes.
Like, finally. It's disgusting that it would even take almost 2022 for that to even be enforced.
It's disgusting that it took that situation and her to make it happen, but it's a light at the same time that they finally did something about it,
Like, thank God something good has come of that tragedy, but it still is really sad that it had to come to a tragedy and losing a whole life,
Yeah.
But I know her family probably feels like they've really done something with her name, So I think that's really nice.
Yeah. Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for everyone else that can now use this and have support.
And strength and power. Absolutely.
Now it's going to get into our topic of the week.
It's going to be an unpopular opinion.
Now, keep in mind, the unpopular opinions we're saying are not ours.
Right.
We found them, and we're just going to say, like, what we think about it.
We may defend them. We may disagree, but you'll find out.
We'll do a little pause after each topic and be like, do you think we're going to agree, or do you think we'll disagree?
Right. Also, I don't know if anyone knows this on Spotify. If you're listening on Spotify, which most of you are, we have been putting in questions and asking our community, pero no replies, guys. Spotify allows you to ask questions to your listeners. So maybe answer the question next time, Just a little.
That's a cool feature.
It's really cool. We can also do polls. We can ask you guys, like,
it'll be even cooler when people respond.
Exactly. I don't want to be the only one, guys. Because I do listen to our podcast. I'm one of our listeners.
Same.
And I feel like you shouldn't have a podcast that you wouldn't yourself listen to. Because then what the fuck's the point?
Why are you putting out something that you wouldn't want yourself?
Exactly. So yeah, maybe just answer the question,
Yeah.
Maybe we'll put some, if you agree with any of these, maybe we'll add some in there.
You're feeling in the Christmas spirit, you know, or whatever.
Yeah. Spread some Christmas cheer. Germany, we see you.
Japan.
United Kingdom. Let your friends know, please. It's a Christmas miracle. Do you want to go first?
Okay. So unpopular. I don't know why I'm having such a fucking hard time saying unpopular opinion. Like every time I go to say, I'm like unpopular. Okay. Number one.
Popping bottle.
In the ice. Like
scissors? Did she say scissors or slizzers?
I thought it was blizzard. I don't know.
Oh, blizzard? It could be blizzard. I don't fucking know.
I don't know, but you know what I was going
blizzard? Like a blizzard. That would make sense.
You know what I meant though, so you know.
Yeah. I knew the song, but I don't know who sings it. I don't know. It
was G6. I don't remember who. Fuck, I don't remember who did it, but it was G6. Yeah. Like a G6.
Yeah. Like a G6.
Junior high days.
Yeah.
Okay. Number one. Putting
the fucking school dances, bro.
Yo, I was getting it though. Like that's fun.
I don't want to say where they were because then it'll expose where we're from. But y'all know if you were there at them dances. You know the center. You know where we were.
Oh my god. Okay, number one. Putting a period at the end of a text adds aggression.
I don't agree.
So I don't agree, but I know 100% what they mean when they say it. Like sometimes I when I text, I put a space between my like punctuations. I don't know why. Not all the time, but for the most part.
I only do that with you. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah, I only punctuate my thing in your text like that because you do it. So I'm like, oh, be the same. I don't know. But with everyone else, I just do it regularly.
Like, I don't even know. I don't know why I do that, to be honest. Because then when I see it normal, like I'll type normally if it's for something professional, obviously, or like something that is more important, I'll do it normally. But like in my texts, I always leave a space. And I don't know why. It just looks weird to me without a space. Like even emojis and all that stuff. I don't know. But but sometimes when I put the period at the end, I'm like, does it sound like I'm like saying that like hello blunt? So then I'll just take off the period and I just send it without a period. So I've actually done it before. But then I got to the point, I'm like, dude, it really doesn't add aggression. Like, why do I think that?
I've done the same thing, but backwards. Like I was trying to be a bitch. So I put a period.
So you put a period, right? It's like,
yeah. So I put weird. K period.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a really good point because it can be a strong little right there at the end, especially with K. Perfect. It's perfect.
But it really, the punctuation itself doesn't give aggression. I think it's just the tone in which you're hoping it.
Yeah. So I thought that one was kind of cool because it was like I never really thought about it, but I have done it.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn.
Most people would say like if you put an exclamation point or you put it in caps that you're yelling. And I'm like,
I always use exclamations. Like all the fucking time. Like we always
if it's good or bad.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, this one has to do with dogs.
Okay. Oh, I have a dog one too.
Really?
Yeah.
Watch it be the same one.
Oh, I hope not. Okay, go.
Okay. If you say breed doesn't matter when looking for a dog, you are not ready to have a dog.
Ooh.
There's two sides to this.
Okay, I actually think this is true to an extent, and only in the means of like, are you capable of like, I guess training or taking care of a breed like that? All breeds have different necessities, and like some need way more attention because they're super active and have a lot of energy. Yeah. Other ones are chill. Like, do you want to be active? Okay, then you don't want a dog that's just going to chill. Like you want to be active with your dog. Or if you're not active and your dog is, then you're not giving them enough like of that energy that they require, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's like, I feel like, yes, it does matter. Or unless you're just available for all breeds and you're like, no matter what breed it is and what they come with, I'm going to do whatever they need.
Yeah.
If you already have that mindset, then no, it doesn't matter. But if you don't, and you can't take care of certain breeds, big, small, whatever, then it does matter.
Right. Like, not that you should be against certain breeds,
like discriminating.
Would it be like not racist, but like doggist, breedist?
Breedist, yeah.
Breedist.
Which a lot of people are, by the way.
Yeah, especially, I want to bring this up because obviously it's relevant.
Yeah.
Pit bulls obviously get such a bad reputation, and it's disgusting because Gina has two pit bulls.
Yeah, and pit bulls, my whole, like all my dogs I've ever had, besides one, have all been pit bulls. But like I even did in I think my freshman year, Chola, yeah, my lucky mama. Freshman year, I did a report on like pit bulls and like the rep really? That they get. I did, yeah, in my Puente class. Mm-hmm. And because it was just like, it's so frustrating when people just like openly talk about how they hate pit bulls, and because, you know, they had a bad experience with it. But it's like, dude, it's literally, if you see a kid like that's acting out and you see the parents right there, you're not going to be like, ugh, like you're going to think that parent's not taking care of they're not raising their children correctly. Right. But with dogs, they don't do that. They're just like, oh, it's the dog's fault, but not how they were trained or raised, you know? Mm-hmm.
I agree 120,000%.
And I feel like anyone who had pit bulls knows how sweet and like family friendly they are.
Literally, he is such a fucking old man baby that it's like, it's ridiculous. Like if you were to put that label on a picture of him, never.
All they want is love.
Literally. And it's also like, what has that dog experienced or seen, or like you said, has been taught or raised with to make them act like that? Because the smallest little teacup chihuahua could be just as aggressive, but nobody.
And they are a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And it's a messed up because they don't even take into account like the fact that pit bulls are really well known also for getting bred to fight. Like they put them fights to the death. So a lot of people die. Yeah. And no one talks about that. They're just like, oh, they're fighters, so they're bad dogs. But it's like, you realize that it's humans who are making the dogs fight to their death, right? Like,
or they blame
they're not setting up these
have like a jaw that locks, right? But that's in their physical makeup. They can't help that. So it's the same thing as someone who, I don't know, has any other type of, you know, physical ailment or whatever. Like you can't blame them for having that, or for being too short or being too tall or whatever the hell you're complaining about, you know, like it's not their fault. I don't know. It's just
so crazy.
And I feel like if you're that type of person, maybe you shouldn't have a dog at all, you know?
Exactly. Oh, so frustrating.
Like, good fucking bye.
Do you think do you agree or like disagree, or like both kind of?
I see it both ways.
Yeah,
I see it both ways. I think you're 100% right. Like, what are your expectations of the dog and of your experience with the dog? You know, are you someone who has money to be going and getting the dog groomed if they need to? Are you someone who has the time and the energy? Because when we got Rex, they told us, you know, having a backyard or having a area for him to use the restroom and exercise is not the same thing as exercising your dog.
Yeah.
Because you can't expect just because he has a yard that he's going to use it for that.
Specifically for exercise.
Owner. Exactly. Yeah. It's on you as the owner to make sure they're getting regular exercise, walks, bathroom, whatever the hell, you know? So I agree with what they're saying, but I also feel like you shouldn't be breedist.
Yeah. Like it shouldn't have to do with the actual breed itself. It should have to do with, can you provide for what that breed comes with?
Yeah. And if it's like, you know, you don't want a bigger dog for whichever reason, I could understand that. But you're not going to say, I don't want a pit bull because they're aggressive and they're mean. And because your fucking grandma's neighbor told you that, you know, like, so.
Right. Never had a pit bull like as a dog in your life.
Never even seen one, probably.
You know everything about how they are.
Exactly. They're sweethearts. They really are.
They are. Okay, my turn?
Yes.
Okay, the next one is being the little spoon sucks. What's your thought?
Did they elaborate or no?
Well, the person, I didn't write it down, but the person was just saying that they're small and their partner is really tall. So like they end up feeling suffocated or like they can't breathe. And then they don't, like they're saying that it's just like not a fun experience for them as the smaller person to always have to be the little spoon.
Me personally, I don't really mind either way. I just personally, for whatever reason, my ribs will start freaking hurting if someone's either laying on me and it's like bothering me, or if I'm laying on my side, like my ribs will just start hurting and I don't know why. But so I can't really cuddle for that long, to be very honest. It's not really something that I mean, we do, but I don't know. I just can't do it for very
long periods of time.
Yeah, not a long ass time because it's not comfortable, you know. And we're both like side sleepers and we toss and turn. So it just doesn't make sense, you know.
Yeah.
But when we're like watching a movie or something or whatever, like I don't really care to be the small spoon or the big spoon, you know. It's comfortable either way as long as you can make it work, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I fucking love it personally. Like,
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Like, I like to be the little spoon. That's usually how I'll fall asleep. I'm like a huge fucking cuddler, and
yeah,
God bless. So is Carl. So like,
it works.
It works out great.
Yeah.
So like, usually I'll fall asleep, and he's the big spoon. But it, like you said, like we both also move so much and flip and turn throughout the night that like we'll fall asleep that way, but it won't stay that way. And then sometimes he's facing the other way, and I'll be big spoon. Right. So I also will do both.
Alternate. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'll do both, but I think I like little spoon.
Yeah. I feel secure.
Yeah.
I feel secure. I feel safe, and why wouldn't you want to feel like that? I mean, yeah, it does get hot after a little bit. Yeah. But like you said, we alternate, we move around, and then also like I have to be touching Chef in order to fall asleep. So usually I'll scratch his back, and then he'll fall asleep, and then I'll just fall asleep with my hand like on his shoulder or something. So we are still like touching, but not like wrapped up in each other, because it's just especially because he doesn't really get that much sleep anyways as it is. So I'm like, let me not bother you, because I know I'm gonna be up for a couple hours like tossing and turning, and then we're cuddling, but then maybe I have to get up or something to go to the bathroom, and he's still, so I feel like I'm just gonna disrupt him, you know?
Yeah. For me, I don't like facing each other.
Like, I remember when we slept in the same bed one time, I was so conscious of it. I was like, I don't want to be uncomfortable.
Okay. Truth, like if I'm already asleep, I'm a real heavy sleeper. If I'm already asleep, like I don't give a fuck.
I'm a heavy sleeper too.
I don't fucking know. I won't even know. But like to just be laying there or to try to fall asleep, I cannot. I don't care who it is. I cannot be facing you, you know?
Yeah. I wonder why.
I just like, I don't mind being staggered like this or like this, whatever. But like breathing in each other's face is not like, I don't like that.
That's hella funny. I'm dead, dude. That's hella funny. Do you like back in the day, I remember having sleepovers like with my cousins or something, and we'd be sleeping like feet to head, like you switch, you know? Yeah. So that would work. That's hella funny though. I wonder why you like that.
I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. I can't do it though. But like I said, if I'm already,
I'm just kidding. Huh? Is it the hot breath?
It's literally dude. You could have just brushed your teeth. Yeah. And I'm grateful that like you got clean breath. Yeah. But just the feeling of someone's like, or
like constantly.
No, it fucking bothers me.
You're gonna be conscious of it, like trying to fall asleep. Yeah. That's hella funny. But the dogs, do you let them fall asleep with their face in your face?
Oh, okay. I have done that, but I feel like they don't take as big as breaths. Like I don't know. I don't feel like super hard the same way. Like I guess not hard, but just the air, the same. Yeah, the same flow. Like I would, but also sometimes like eventually they'll move their face by the time I'm like falling asleep too.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
My next one is ice cream in a bowl is superior to ice cream in a cone.
Okay, well, I always grew up eating ice cream in the cup. Like if I was to go to like Baskin Robbins or something, I always get it in a cup. I don't normally get it in a cone.
Same.
But that's more because I just eat ice cream for some reason super slowly. So like by the time it's gonna melt all around the place if I don't eat it super quick, and I can't. So I need the cup so that I have the like leeway just to mix it around, get it all nice, whatever. Yeah. So I would say a bowl, but yeah, I'd have to agree. With the bowl.
I agree as well. I just personally, especially with ice cream, because when it melts, it's sticky, right? And then your whole hand is sticky, and I don't like that. It's disgusting. It makes me grossed out. Yeah. Even though I know it's just ice cream, like I don't like having my hands sticky. It's gross.
You know what that reminds me of?
That either, huh?
You know, cream. Yeah. The like ice cream sandwiches. When that was so there was one, it was like across the bridge. And it was like the place to go when it first opened up. It's like, oh yeah, because it was the only one. Yeah, it's like we have to go to Cream, blah blah blah. And then it opened up like really close to us. And then it was like, okay, now it's right there. I went and got it like one time at the one closer by. And after that, I just never got it again after that, because it's just so messy. They give it to you in a little bag, and the cookie is bigger than the bag. So once the ice cream is melting, it's getting all over your hands, like you said, and I don't like that either. So after that one time, I was like, I'm cool. I'd literally, if I want a cookie and ice cream, I'm gonna get a Pizookie. I'm not gonna go to Cream. Yeah, you know,
I prefer a Pizookie too.
100% hands down, I'd rather get a Pizookie.
Yeah, same. And then also because the cookie is warm and the ice cream is cold, the cookie gets hard as fuck because it gets cold.
Yeah.
Like,
the
why?
Pizookie is just right.
And then how do you eat the ice cream, like biting into the ice cream sandwich? Like, how do you get that coldness on your teeth and not die?
My teeth are sensitive for that.
Same. Like, how do you not die? So dramatic, but I'm like,
I literally get chills and goosebumps when I see people bite ice cream or popsicles. I'm like, ooh, I cannot watch you do that. Or the sound, like the sound when they, I can't. I literally am getting it right now.
You're triggering it?
It's triggered. I am very triggered.
Someone had the kind of what do you call it? Like compromise. What about a bowl-shaped cone? Have you seen those? Like the bowls, but it's a cone.
But won't it? If the ice cream's melting, does it not start to leak through?
I don't know. I've never tried.
If it doesn't, okay, yeah, that's cool. But if it does, then it still defeats the purpose because, or for me, because I take long.
Right.
You know?
And someone said, but eating a cone is superior to eating the ice cream. Like they prefer the cone over the ice cream, then why don't you just get a cone?
Oh, I know. No, I'm not a huge cone person either. Maybe that's also why.
Yeah.
I could care.
I don't really, yeah. I want to eat my ice cream in peace.
Yeah, I'm there for the ice cream.
Yeah, I'm here for the ice cream. For the sweets.
Yeah. Okay. This one is actually I wrote this one down.
Okay.
So I hate the thought, and like it's not even a thought because it's actually happening, but I don't even like thinking about it. Human looking robots.
Oh God. No, that's a no for me, dog.
It's a hard no. It's a hard no. Like it legit freaks me the fuck out.
Yeah. They could be like they have them anywhere.
Blinking and looking like they're breathing.
Yeah.
It's too much for me. Like has no one seen the movies? I mean,
iRobot.
I don't get it. Like why?
I actually seen something online where they were looking, or probably maybe still looking, for a person and a voice to then basically they will have ownership of your voice and your face because they are going to use it for
to put on the robot.
Correct.
They literally have had like people or human looking robots like do interviews on talk shows and shit like that, like where it's talking and answering questions, and it's so fucking weird. It's so weird.
I don't like that.
I hate it.
I don't like that at all. Yeah. And there's like, if they can have a robot to do our jobs, what the fuck are we gonna do?
Right. Because eventually if you put
y'all better start fucking subscribing to this podcast.
Girl, dude, like okay, what I don't get is if they're programming them to like self-learn, or if they're only gonna keep them they're only gonna be able to know this information and that's it. Like then fucking what? Because if they're self-learning, then they're not even gonna need us anymore at that point. They'll start procreating themselves.
And they don't have to pay for schooling. They just have to program it to know that shit already.
Yeah.
We're useless, bro. We like the spiders. Even though they have a... I know, don't hate me, people who like spiders. God.
It was a joke.
It was a joke. It's an unpopular opinion. I don't fucking like spiders.
Yeah.
Or snakes. Oh,
okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
This one I feel like you're gonna have an opinion about, or maybe make you think about it.
Okay.
Baking competition shows should be based on realistic timelines.
As in like how much time they have
to create it. Like they're given, you need to make a appetizer, a 4-course meal, and a dessert and a drink in an hour and a half.
Right.
Like that's crazy. And then the person that wrote it was basically saying how the presentation will end up looking shitty because they don't have time to actually put into it. So then they get docked points. But if they were given an actual amount of time that was appropriate, then they would actually be able to put in like really good work. But also it's TV. So like there's a drama factor, you know?
Right. I think if it's like a legit, like if it was like a not for TV baking series, then give them enough time to actually put their best work out there.
Right.
But like you said, for the sake
thousands of dollars on TV.
Exactly. But for like the sake of, you know, it being a TV experience, like a reality show pretty much, and you know, you're getting the exposure and all this stuff, like I guess it's just putting their skills to the test, like because they know what they're signing up for.
Yeah.
You know, they know that they're only going to have a specific amount of time. So you need to make sure whatever you're going to do, you're giving yourself that enough time to do it, you know?
Yeah.
So I think for the TV portion of it, it makes sense that they're on a certain, like a little bit less time than what they actually would have to do it.
Yeah.
But if it was a real one, then like give them enough time to just put their best shit out there.
Yeah. Cause then I feel like that would be embarrassing.
Yeah.
If that's all you could get done, or like you're super not proud of your work and you have to put it out because that's all the time you had.
Yeah.
I mean, thankfully you put something out at all, but
right. Some people's fall and then they don't have nothing for them to try or do or look at.
And it's so tragic.
Oh, I feel so bad. I hate those moments. Like I hate seeing people just like it completely fall apart. I get stressed for them.
All the like emotion and everything in their face, just like
defeat.
fall.
Yeah. Like I feel stressed for them in those moments. I'm just like, I'm so sorry. I couldn't imagine even being the judge and having to be like, unfortunately, you know,
due to circumstances, stares at the icing on the ground.
Yeah, for like shots to the cake on the floor for like 5 seconds.
And then them crying. So fucked.
No, it's good though. Like it makes sense because it's like, let them, you know, give them their time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, if you know you're under a certain time limit, like don't push yourself farther than you think you can go, you know?
Or like, or like plan too much.
Yeah.
Things that you know you're not going to get away with that, trying to get the wow factor, you know?
Yeah. Because it means you know how fast you can do your skill and how good they'll come out with that amount of time, you know?
Right. Okay. I thought that was a good one.
That is a really good one.
Yeah.
Okay. This one, the topic kind of got brought up in a video I was watching yesterday. Mm-hmm. Amazing video. And the guy was talking about how they don't teach learning in school. He's like, they teach, you know, math and, you know, English, history, whatever. He goes, but they don't really teach you how to learn. Cause like he had a brain injury as a kid. So it like kind of brought him back. Yeah. And he had to relearn everything and all this stuff. And so he was falling behind a lot, like pretty much the whole rest of his life up until a certain age, whatever. Like into college, he was like, couldn't retain stuff. He was just having a hard time. Wow. And he said it wasn't until he realized he had to relearn how to learn. And he goes, he never really got that because he just was so behind that they're like, oh, well, he's not going to get it. Like he, you know, whatever. But he's like, they don't teach you how to like, you know, remember stuff, like retain information, build that memory, build like all those things of like speed reading and like comprehension. Right. And like they only do that up into an extent. And then it's just like, read this and then do a report. Yeah. You know? Right. Read this, answer questions. But it's like, will they retain that information? Right. You know?
I agree with that. 1,000.
Yeah, right?
Because even for me, like reading in general, it's even back then I would remember when we would have to answer like something about it, I would genuinely just look at the question. I wouldn't even read it. I would look at the question and then go look for the answer. I'm not going to sit there and read the whole thing because genuinely I can't remember it. And I would feel so stupid. I would have to read books like 3 or 4 times.
Go back and forth.
I'm not even kidding. 3 or 4 times I would have to read books like front to back to even understand who the hell the characters were. Or I'd have to sit there and write it out. And it's like, why can't I just understand that in my head, you know? But then they just tell you, oh, well, like, you know, you just need to get more practice. Just keep reading. But then I'm like, okay, I'm reading all these books, but I feel like it's for nothing because I feel stupid because I don't even remember what the hell happened. And I've been reading this book for a month, you know? So I definitely agree. Definitely.
Exactly. So I thought it was really cool because I was like, damn, like I always know, like, you know, school didn't teach you everything that you actually need to know when you're out of school. But I never tripped off
like life skills.
Yeah, but I never like thought of it of like they don't even really teach like the actual learning part and how to keep learning after school. Because one of the points he made, which I thought was really cool, was like we rely on like our phones and stuff for like names and phone numbers and information on those people. Like you meet somebody one time and then you're most likely gonna forget their name by the time you leave that conversation. Like you say, hey, so and so, nice to meet you, and then by the time you're gone, like you don't fucking remember their name. And he goes, that information, like, because we rely so much now on like digital, he said that there was like a term called digital dementia. It's like we rely on our you know, our technology to kind of remember those things, as far as calendars, reminders, notes, like all this stuff. So we don't have to remember it because we can just go back and look. But it's like
it's gonna remind us so we don't have to worry about it.
But it's like retraining your mind to be able to retain that information itself.
Bro.
And I was like, fuck, like, I don't know, it was just so cool to watch. I'm gonna send you the link to that video. It is like a 2-hour podcast.
Okay.
But I swear on
baby, I'm up for the challenge.
Dude, I on everything, like I had it on, and then Carl started watching it with me, like just because he could hear it, and he was hearing what the guy was saying.
It was interesting to him.
40 minutes in, and that dude had said so many quotes that were like, holy shit, and acronyms for all these different things, and super, super cool, like, to watch. A little bit slow, but if you just put the speed up a little bit, and listen to what he's saying, it's dope.
We'll link it in the description box as well.
Yes,
so you guys 100%. Can also look into that as well, because knowledge is power. Applied knowledge is better.
Yes, I was literally gonna say that's what he said. That's what I got. He said applied. Oh, wait, can I say one more thing?
Of course, no, bitch, you're cut off. Okay,
you're gonna love this. You're gonna love it. So he said, they say knowledge is power. He goes, but if she goes, you don't do anything with that knowledge. He goes, 1, you don't remember it.
Right.
He goes, 2, it doesn't pretty much nothing for you. Yeah. He goes, if you pretty much does nothing for you because you're not using it for anything. So he goes, it goes, you're learning stuff and trying to become knowledgeable and educated, and that's supposed to be self-help. But when it's not applied, it becomes shelf-help. So like you literally just put it up on a shelf, it's there, but you're not using it, so it's for nothing. Yeah. But if you apply it, then it becomes that self-help and self-care and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my God.
Damn.
That's so true.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Right.
I love that. And today's quote, no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, guys. We're not done yet.
Got a few more.
So I told Gina this earlier. For some reason, maybe I was hungry when I did this. A lot of these are food related. I don't know why the theme is here, but we're here, okay?
We always wrap back around to food. I'm always here for it, though.
You know what's weird, though, is that when I hear people talk about their relationship with food, which I didn't even know was a real thing, they talk about how, like, they were taught there's good food and there's bad food. Obviously, junk food being bad food, vegetables and whole grains and all green this. Food. Yeah, green food is good food. And so they like, basically you make that distinction in your mind, like good and bad food, blah, blah, blah. So that makes you grow up thinking if I have junk food or whatever, like I'm not taking care of myself or I'm putting bad things into my body and blah, blah, blah. So it creates a bad or negative relationship with food in general, when it shouldn't really be like that, because that's kind of how some people may experience like eating disorders and things like that, because they made that distinction as a child. This is good and this is bad. So I can't have any of this. And if I do, I'm hurting myself, or I'm not doing like, I'm not taking care of myself. So I was thinking about it and I was like, that's crazy, because someone who is like a texture person, I would be very judged if I didn't like something as a kid and it was like forced on you to eat it because it's good food. Right. But if you genuinely don't like it, then you grow up thinking like, oh, there's something wrong with me because I don't like that. So it's just like, not only is it like a mental thing, but I feel like eating a lot is a mental thing though.
Definitely. That's a really cool point. Like I never tripped off it when you say like good and bad. But they do, like, they even taught that to us, like in school as part of like nutrition or whatever, like how to set up your plate to be like healthy and all this stuff.
Right. And portion control and all this stuff.
It's just which is like, yeah, that's good. Not saying that it's bad.
Yeah. No, of course.
Just the way to go about it.
Exactly. The way that you're learning, like if you were, let's just say you were raised vegan and your whole life you were vegan, you would think, oh, people who are not vegan are not taking care of themselves, or you feel like you're superior to other people. And I know we're probably going to offend a lot of people, but like
deadass though, I feel like that's a very it happens a lot. Like I feel like it's very common. Not everybody, because obviously you don't categorize everybody, but like, or put everyone in the same category.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times when there's people that are like vegetarian or vegan, like hardcore, like fully committed.
Yeah.
And there's people that
I respect it.
Like they just judge so hard, and it's like just like you said, accept people for what they're eating. You can try to educate, but if they're like set in their ways, then like let them do them and you do you, and you can have your beliefs, and that's how you live your life. But like don't go at someone like judging them on how they're living their life if it affects you not in the slightest.
Exactly. I agree. And I don't feel like I don't like when people have a complex that they think they're better than Yeah, I don't like that. I've never liked that. That's a trigger for me.
It's
And
disgusting.
so, yeah, it's just, I could give a shit. Okay, like I don't care. I respect you for your opinion. You should respect me for mine and go on about your business.
I seen a 90-day fiance thing where the I don't know, stepmom, so like the wife or like the new girl or whatever, the new fiance, she was like always talking shit about the guy's son. Like, oh, like he's always doing this. Or, like, you guys are so like low class, or he's so low class and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, and he like literally stopped at one point and goes, well, what the hell makes you better then? Like, you keep saying low class this, low class that, but what makes you better? And she got like stuck. And it's like, you're just throwing out this thing like judgment and like, you know, names on other people. But like, when you really sit down and think about it, what makes you better? Because if you were better, you would not be talking shit about other people that are in a different ranking or like class level than you know?
Right. And aside from that, I feel like a lot of people who do judge people, especially for something very
like small.
Yeah, like something small, it's like they're projecting an insecurity, I think.
Yeah.
But y'all ain't ready for that conversation. Not y'all, because we know you guys, you know, we know you guys aren't like that. We know you guys are not like that, but you know people who are, and they're not ready for this.
And if you are not welcome around here. I'm just gonna say it.
Right.
Don't hang around here if you are like that and if you think that way. We don't want you
here. No, we don't need that energy.
Not at all.
We don't need it. We're here to support each other regardless, in whatever walk of life you're in right now. We're here to support it. And
period.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, that was a long ass tangent. Basically, the unpopular opinion is about food, and this one is the pizza Lunchable is good. And I would have to say, fuck no, it's disgusting.
Pizza Lunchable. To be honest, I don't even remember because I think I never really got that one. I didn't like it.
Gross.
I like the ham in America.
They're saying it's the best one.
Oh, the best one? Okay.
They're saying that it's the best one. That is their unpopular opinion.
No. I'd rather do like like a Hot Pocket or like Tostino's pizza rolls or shit like that.
In the freezer. Love
those. They're so good. But yeah, not the pizza Lunchables.
No, I'm a cracker and turkey girl.
Dude, tell me why I just talked about that with my sister. I like told her like, oh, I'm a turkey girl, right? And because I'm eating cookies, and I was like, I'm not a turkey girl. I was like, I guess I'm a cookie girl. And I was like, dude, oh my god, that shit's hella funny. I'm a turkey girl.
I'm a turkey girl. I'm gonna get that tatted on my ass cheek. I'm a turkey girl.
You should make the turkey. It'll be a picture of a turkey, but it's the one from Friends with
Yeah. But I don't like that type of turkey.
Oof. All right, it's the processed one.
Only the bad processed deli meat. Yeah.
Okay, this one gives me the goosebumps.
Oh god, I'm scared.
Okay, not my unpopular opinion, but one that I found that said, I love when metal utensils scrape my teeth.
Oh my god, I want to die when you say that. Stop. Ew.
I literally, dude, writing it, when I read it, I was like oh, I can't, like, and even when I
have the creepy crawlies.
That's what I'm saying. Even when I reread it, just thinking about it, I hate it so much, like so much. I can't stand that sound.
You know what's messed up? Chef did that to me purposely yesterday. Like he was giving me a bite of something and purposely made it scratch the top of my teeth or the bottom of my big teeth. And I was like, oh my god, I immediately reacted with like, oh my god, I hate it. I almost spit out the food.
I would have started swinging because that is fucked up.
Yeah, bro.
Oh no,
I hated it.
Oh no.
I hated every moment.
Like I don't even like other people doing it. I don't like hearing or seeing other people do that.
I don't even like hearing the fork hit the freaking plate. Oh
like even my god, like if I do it sometimes like on accident, I'm like, ooh, sorry, like because even I didn't like it, you know.
Dude, do you remember that one video that we recorded when you made the dentist drill noise?
If you ever have seen that video or you go to our YouTube channel and you see and you like just binge watch our videos because they're good. I recommend.
I've done on YouTube.
Yeah. Then you'll see like when one time I made a sound and it sounded like a drill at the dentist, and immediately like the both of us like cringed so hard because I made the sound. It came out of my mouth. It made me cringe so bad, and like it because it was too good. I don't know why it came out sounding that good like a dentist drill, but it was the gross. Yeah, it was the grossest thing ever.
I can still hear it in my head. Like, ooh, and I know your teeth vibrated when you did it, huh?
I don't know.
You had to have, because it was so freaking perfect. I was like, we both just looked at each other like, what the fuck?
It was like instant, because as soon as it came out, it was just the worst thing that you fucking heard in your life. I don't think
we could talk after that for a cool minute. Like we were like, ew.
It was like, no. Take it back. I take it back.
And then I think we tried to redo it, like reenact it, but it wouldn't sound the same. Like for whatever reason, when you just said it naturally, it came out like that.
And that's why I don't even like the like, you know, the reusable straws. I don't like the metal ones because I don't like putting my teeth on the metal straw unless it has like a little silicone like topper.
I've seen that.
Yeah, but I don't like the straight metal ones because I don't like my teeth touching it.
Yeah, I don't like that either. It's not a sensation I like. Okay, so I have this one and then one more after this, but the other one was sent to me by a listener. So okay, so this one,
love this listener.
I know, letting your foot hang over the side of the bed is such a nice feeling. What do you think? If you guys could see her face right now.
I do it sometimes. I don't do it at night going to sleep, but I will do it like during the day, like if it's just, I don't know, if I get
it doesn't
really bother me. I don't choose to, but if it's there, I'm not going to trip off it. I just don't do it at night though.
Yeah, I actually have to sleep with one foot outside of the blanket. Like the other leg can be inside the blanket, but one foot has to be outside the blanket because then I overheat. Like, I don't know why. In the cot. Exactly, but having one in one is perfectly fine. And if my foot's hanging off the side of the bed, like it really genuinely doesn't bother me, but I won't like purposely do it.
Right, exactly.
Like it'll be outside of the blanket, but it may not be hanging off the bed.
Yeah,
you know. So yeah, it really doesn't bother me either. Sometimes I'll literally just have like, if this is the bed, I'll just have my foot like angled off of it, because it kind of feels nice instead of having it like bent down or like forward when you're laying down. Does that make sense?
No, honestly, I'm like the exact same way.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, but I know a lot of people.
Oh my god, monsters!
They're like, nope, not doing it. Like, it's gonna cut off my foot if I have my foot hanging like over the bed. Like, I definitely know that there's people that don't like it.
Right.
So I understand it, but I personally don't mind.
For me, I for some reason every morning will wake up on my stomach. Like I usually fall asleep only on my back, and then in between, like when I'm sleeping, I go side to side all night. But for some reason, most of the time I wake up on my stomach. I don't know how that even happens. And so when Chev's already gone to work, if I wake up and I'm on my stomach, I can't go back to sleep on my stomach, because I feel like if someone is in the house or like, okay, this sounds so crazy. I'm an overthinker.
Tell me you're an overthinker without telling me you're an overthinker. Emily will go first.
So I pretty much think that someone is going to be standing behind me or over the bed and about to kill me. And then I won't know because my face is away and I can't just open my eyes and see right in front of me, if that makes sense.
You know what energy that gives off?
Psychopath?
No. No.
Scared?
No, it gives off the same energy of washing your face in the shower and like rinsing it off and your eyes are closed, but you got to open it really quick because then there's going to be a demon or something standing in front of you.
1,000%.
Yeah, it gives off the same energy, so it's not that crazy. I understand that.
So I'm not afraid of monsters under my bed, but I am afraid of somebody coming to kill me.
But that's coming from someone who is also an overthinker, so I could be saying that like
justify me how? Oh my god, I know we're not the only one.
Someone else might be like, no, y'all are.
I am sharing my truth because I know I'm not the only one.
Well, for me, like when I sleep, I have to have all doors closed. Like
100%.
Every single door closed, closet doors all the way closed. I don't want to see no gap.
No.
Like that to me is a big it's a big deal. If I see it open,
cracked. Like close it all the way.
No, it all the way closed.
Yeah.
It has to be.
I agree. I am the same one.
Okay, so my last one.
Okay.
This one, feel like everyone will know our opinion about it already. We're dog moms, so it's not going to be much of a shocker. But the fact that some people thought this was crazy. An unpopular opinion is that all dogs should live outside. And the person's explanation was the fact that when he goes up to a house and he hears a bunch of dogs barking inside, he's like, oh, well, that house stinks. That house is like messy. That house just smells like dog, like all this stuff. And yeah, that was his explanation.
Then you're not invited to the fucking house. Turn around.
Good thing that's not your house then. And first off, just because dogs in the house does not mean it's stinky.
Right. Sounds like a you problem, and your house is probably not full of love, because then it's not full of dogs. So honestly, sucks for you. You just will be a lonely person. Never get invited to anybody's house.
I think if you never like dog in the house, like ever, why do you have the dog then? Like,
that's fucked. I mean, I understand people who have like dogs to protect their property, or like,
yeah,
I understand why people have outside dogs. But personally, Rex is literally my child. Anybody that knows Rex knows that he's a baby. Like, he's genuinely baby. Except for anybody that's trying to kidnap me. He is very vicious.
He will get on you.
He will. He's very protective, and he doesn't play about his mom.
As he should be.
He really doesn't. Like, genuinely. He's shown me time and time again, like, we're like, you know, we got it.
Yeah.
We're solid. So I'm not worried about it. But I also don't need him to be outside in order to protect me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I want him to be comfortable.
I understand not having, you know, if they're not going to be an indoor dog, but to never let them inside the house, not once, or they can just
or like let them eat inside, or like hang out with the family. Like, you just leave them out there. You don't give them any love or attention. Like, that's really traumatizing for a dog, I would feel.
I would think. I mean, I just don't understand, like, having a dog and then not treating them like family, I guess. Like I guess if you're the type to just literally think of them as a pet, and they're like that, nothing more,
right?
Then I don't know, but I just don't. I physically can't do that. No. Like, emotionally can't do that. No. It's just not in me.
And when we go to someone's house, we're always like glued to whoever's dog.
Oh my God.
Wherever we are, like, we literally will seek out the dog, or it seeks out us, and we're just like in love, you know.
Dude,
like,
literally, I was at someone's house, and they had a small little dog, cutest, like, little tiny dog. He was like 14 or something like that. It was like a little poodle or something. And I was just holding him. I picked him up, was holding him. We were waiting to use the bathroom, but there was like 4 of us. So we were taking turns. I had someone else hold the dog because I was like, I don't want him to run somewhere else, because I still want to hold him when I get out. Use the bathroom.
Reserve my space.
Got back out, grabbed the dog. He seemed like he wanted to go down, so I put him down. I'm like, okay, put him down. He jumped back on my legs. I'm like, all right, we're sticking together then. Held him back.
That's your invite.
I took him everywhere with me. I'm like, no. And the owner was like, bro, like, that dog is so happy right now. Like, he doesn't be getting no attention. I'm like, you're hella fucked up.
I know. The fact that you can say that without feeling bad. Like,
yeah, they're like, damn, like, he's loving life right now. Blah, blah, blah. You guys are giving him hella attention. I'm like, he's literally just laying here and I'm just petting him, like, so cute. I'm like, that's it.
Right. I feel like people who are not animal people just have no hearts. Like, I just genuinely can't see how you have a heart. Like, sometimes it sounds really fucked up, but I've seen a lot of people say this, like, if an animal dies in a movie, they're like so heartbroken. But if a person dies in a movie, they're like, damn, that sucks.
Dude, I legit, like, I'm not a very, like, emotional person in the sense of, like, watching something or movies, like, make me cry. Like, it kind of takes a lot. But what always makes...
Would that be like an empathetic crier? Like, you're not an empathetic crier?
I think so. Like, it has to either be very, like, really...
like, trigger you.
Like, real fucked up. Like, if it's real fucked up, then
maybe something like with someone that you know personally.
Yeah, like, then it has, but like
she has a heart, guys. She's not heartless.
It's just like watching movies, like a sad movie or something like that. Like, I'll be sad, but like not all the time I'll cry. But now
maybe because you make the connection that it's not like real life.
Yeah. If I see dogs, like, in TikToks and all this stuff, like, if I see dog videos, especially like older dogs, because one of my dogs is almost going to be 15 years old. And when I see videos of that, like, every single time I cry, like, every single time. I'm like, why do I even let myself finish watching this video or this TikTok? Like, I know it's going to make me cry. I just can't help it.
I think It says a lot about your personality.
I'm not ready.
We didn't pay for this therapy session.
All right, okay, we got to switch it because we did say this is going to be a crying session and we're not about to turn it into that.
Back to it now. 1 hour later. We can be positive for an hour and then the emotions set in again.
Like they're like, we've been waiting too long. They're like, emotions need to start coming back out.
We've got to sleep back out. Okay, my last one is sent in from a listener, but I did say I was going to share anonymously, even though I know this person wouldn't care. Adriana. She said that different brands of water do not all taste the same. And if you disagree with this, you don't drink enough water. She's calling y'all out.
Yeah, love that. I love that she called it out because it's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is coming from someone that I'm not gonna lie, like younger, I didn't really drink that much water. It wasn't like pushed onto me that much. So I didn't realize the like importance of it. Yeah. But then getting older and then I started really drinking water, there is definitely a taste and a flavor to different types of water bottles, tap water, like filtered water, all of it. And it's like, I mean, even people do like temperature waters. Some people like room temperature. Some people like cold.
Iced.
I personally like iced water. If I'm gonna chug it, then I prefer like room temperature just because it doesn't hurt my throat.
Exactly.
But like if I'm gonna like just kind of just sip and enjoy it, I like my water cold.
Yeah. I kind of switched. At first I wouldn't really care, but I feel like now if I drink room temperature water that's been like sitting for a while, or maybe it was iced at one point, but like it's, totally melted and now it's room temperature, sometimes it makes me nauseous.
I just add more ice. I'm like I said, like if it's chugging, room temperature. Yeah. But like how you said, you're just to drink it. Yeah. Again, the sensitive teeth and everything. But it's like cold water, and especially like if you add like lemons and whatever like to your water, I can't do it room temperature water. It needs to be cold.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
With alcohol though, like my alcohol has to be cold, whether it be wine, whether it be shots, whatever. I can't drink freaking warm alcohol. That shit's disgusting to me.
The one thing that I can actually do and warm, one of the only things I know of is warm Henny, because if I do warm Henny and cold apple juice, then like I pretty much can't even really taste the Henny. I don't know why, but for some reason that specific combination of one warm, one cold, it doesn't work the other way though for me. It has to be that way. Yeah. And then I can do it. But otherwise too, like we always keep our alcohols like in the freezer because we like it cold.
Yeah. And obviously it doesn't freeze. If you guys didn't know that.
Yeah.
Put it in the freezer. Just be careful with whatever container it's in, that it won't like explode or something. But I don't know. I used to not care, but I'm definitely someone who I prefer cold water too.
Yeah. And try your different waters and see like which ones you prefer, because they do taste different. Even if you don't think it does, some have more minerals, some don't. Some have like I don't know, metals and stuff in it.
Right. Springs water.
Dude, when I got a taste of like filtered water, it was like a game changer, because I would be going all day drinking my filtered water, and then like if I went to the gym and I needed to refill my water bottle, I would just get it from there. Right. And that water, the first sip, I was like, it tasted like straight tap water. Yeah. And I was like, oh fuck. I was like, I can't even enjoy my water now because it tastes so much like tap water, which sounds, I mean, first world problems, right? But
first world problems, yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, you could tell the difference for sure.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree 100%. And some places where you live, depending on where you live, sometimes you can't even drink the tap water because it's not safe.
Yeah.
So obviously there's things in water that shouldn't be there and are. So no, they're all water is not created equally.
That's why they have the filtered pitchers, the filter for your sink faucet. Like that's why those things exist.
Exactly. And I heard that, I think it was Smart Water, I guess, was like, they're really expensive obviously when you buy them, but apparently it's literally tap water.
Shut up.
I think Chev was telling me something about like they got exposed or something, that it's literally tap water. But they've been making money.
Ooh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
They're playing us.
Right. All day long.
Yeah. Those were all of our unpopular opinions for this week.
Those were all of them. Let us know which ones you agree with or what your unpopular opinions are on Instagram or Twitter, or answer the question on Spotify, because I know that's where you're listening.
Doesn't take much time if you're not driving. Go ahead and just drop a little answer. It doesn't have to be long. Just what you think.
What you thinking? How you feeling? How's your day? We want to know. And Gina, what is the quote of the week, girl?
To set us off for this week, keep us going until we speak again next week. Our quote of the week is, "You don't always have to be strong to be powerful." What? You don't always have to be strong?
What? I'm mind blown.
How does that work?
Basically, like, for the days that you aren't feeling 1,000% confident or good about yourself, or maybe you're just having anxiety that day for whatever reason and you don't know why, because that's how anxiety works. No matter how shitty you might feel, doesn't mean that you don't hold power or that you're not a powerful person or being or energy or influence.
Or that you're weak, or that just because you're feeling more emotions that day.
Right. And having emotions doesn't make you weak.
No.
I know a lot of people
like feel them and release them is what makes you powerful and strong.
Exactly. I think that depending upon how you were raised, a lot of the times tough love is always the go-to for most parents, or most in, like, you know, grandparents, that kind of thing. Like, let's toughen them up, you know, or whatever. Or the whole thing about, especially men, you know, that's a whole ass separate thing, which we were thinking about doing an episode for you guys with possibly our boyfriends, maybe, because obviously we're not men, so we cannot talk about the male side, but we can pick their brain and share that with you guys. But I think it's just really important, especially for men, because they're told, you know, big boys don't cry, or, you know, like whatever the case is. And I just feel like that creates you to be emotionally unstable or not emotionally intelligent, because you don't know how to, number one, talk about your emotions or what you're feeling, and number two, you don't let yourself feel them at all, so you just stuff them.
You're never taught like how to express them.
So you just stuff them until you explode,
or even that expressing them was okay,
and then you don't even know what to do with that. You know,
then you're stuck in this like horrible cycle.
So just because you're feeling shitty, you might be feeling like a failure, or like you're never getting anywhere, or whatever. Like, you've gotten through every day that you've had thus far, and that makes you powerful, because you have a story and you have something to tell and share with people, and that may be someone else's survival guide. Like, that's what I always think about. Like, even if it's not told to us, I know that we make an influence in people's lives. Even just doing this podcast and being like an outlet for people. Maybe they don't get the chance to have someone to talk to, or maybe they don't have older siblings or cousins or whatever, and we can be that for them too, you know?
That's why we do this. That's why we're here.
Happy to be here.
Just know you're powerful, even if you don't feel like it, even if you don't feel strong, quote unquote. You are powerful.
You are powerful because you are you. Quote number 2. No. But yeah, we love you guys, and we just want everyone to thrive, and we have some kind of fun things that we want for the ending of 2021 for the podcast. So we're hoping to do like a Christmas holiday special. Let us know of some questions, maybe ideas, topics. Certain things you want us to talk about. I have a couple in mind that I'll tell you after we finish. And then also, we want to do a New Year's episode to like reflect on the year. So if there's anything specific that you guys want us to talk about or reflect on, please let us know. It could be anything, like lessons you learned, or just
what you want to go into the next year with, lessons you want to go into the next year with.
Right. So we're going to wrap up 2021 talking about lessons we learned, and then also setting the intentions for next year. So
that sounds good. You guys interact back with us so we can include your thoughts and opinions and your lessons, so that we not only shares it with us, but back with our other listeners too.
And we can apply your knowledge while you apply ours. Don't shelf it.
And if you want the shout out, we'll still give you the shout out too. Or if you don't, we won't.
You could be anonymous.
We won't take the credit if you want the credit, we'll give it to you.
Right. Not here to or we can make up an anonymous name. We could just make up a name for them. That would be kind of fun.
You'll know who you are.
Right.
So yeah,
I'm excited.
Just food for thought.
Food for thought. It's good food.
Don't say that, Emily. Don't say it.
I'm sorry. I'm learning. And with that, guys, have a wonderful week.
Bye.
Bye, bitches.